Hi there everybody, and wishing you all a happy Sunday wherever you are, hoping that wherever you are in the world that everything is going well for you. So today I would like to talk about my wonderful upcoming Bali retreat in September this year. And I'm really excited to be getting into this again. I haven't done a retreat for a number of years. And we all know why that hasn't been happening, given everything that's been happening in our world. But I'm very excited and very ready to get back into it again. And I believe that a lot of us are very ready to get back into this kind of thing. It's not only the travel, but what the travel will allow to happen for us, and particularly in a retreat setting. So, as I said, my retreat is coming up in September, and I have booked a wonderful eco-friendly resort in Ubud, which is a very calm part of Bali, up in the mountains, and just a beautiful site. And it's going to be 5 days and 4 nights of just wonderful self-care. So the focus for the retreat is going to be self-care and self-love and relaxation and restoration. And I think that's what we so much need, not only for ourselves, but as we engender that within ourselves, we can then bring that back to our home, to our families, to our relationships, to our work and to our life. And we come home a much better version of ourselves than when we arrived. And hopefully that will be the case. It is. I haven't actually had any case where that hasn't been the case. So just to give you a little bit of a rundown about what we're going to do, as I said, the big focus will be on relaxation, restoration and self-care, because I think we get caught up so much in our busy day-to-day that we don't have enough time for that, or we don't think we have enough time, and we try and squeeze little bits into our day or even our week so that we can restore and relax, and we call that me time. But in this retreat that's going to be 5 days and 4 nights in this amazing setting, amazing Bali, a very tranquil place in Bali. And the energies of Bali are very conducive to the relaxation, particularly where we're going in Ubud. Very conducive to the relaxation, just the lushness and the vibrancy of where we're going to be staying. And within this retreat, I've included a Balinese massage, a 1-hour Balinese massage, a cultural rice fields walk, and a sunset fire ceremony. So the cultural rice fields walk will show us a little bit about the surrounding villages of Bali. And I've done not this particular walk before, but I've done other rice field walks before, and they can end up being quite an amazing, uplifting and meditative experience. I mean, sure, you can speak to whoever you're walking with as well, but it's very conducive to just heart-opening. It's very heart-opening and refreshing and enlivening, and often people share and make good friends along these walks, and they share personal things that perhaps they didn't think they were going to, but they find comfort in the sharing and someone listening, and so deep friendships can be formed this way. But also it becomes a bit of a meditative walk as well, because the lushness and the greenness and the aliveness of these rice fields walks does impact us quite a lot. So it becomes a beautiful experience in many ways. And the other thing I wanted to say, that what I would like to bring into this retreat is I would talk a little bit about, see, Bali is largely a Hindu country. The Hindu religion is predominant in Bali. And what you will see when you leave the retreat, and probably even within the retreat, is a lot of the little deities of the Hindu religion. So you'll have like the one that's commonly known as Ganesha with the elephant head. You have Lakshmi, the many arms, and the deity of abundance. and there is another one that is plays the lute, and that is Saraswati, the deity of learning, and culture and nurturing and children, that kind of thing. So I will incorporate in my retreat just a little. It won't be a huge part of the retreat, but it'll just be a part of it, so that you have an understanding of, when you're out and about in Bali after the retreat, particularly in the markets, what these little things mean, and but also how you can bring some of this meaning, if you wish to, into your life. And just as a brief example, just taking the deity Ganesha, the elephant head with the big trunk. So the meaning behind this, because these deities are all very elaborate, they're all bejeweled and all have, you know, many arms and legs and heads and things like that. And we can get swept away with the unusualness to us in the Western culture of that. But the meaning, say, for example, behind Ganesha, the elephant head, is that the elephant, having a big trunk, can sweep away obstacles from its path. So Ganesha is mainly known as the remover of obstacles. But the meaning behind that is not that we're going to just go on a rampage and just sweep everything away that's in our way. The meaning behind that is to understand that the obstacles are in our mind. The obstacles are the way we think. The obstacles are our limitations, our programs that no longer work, that we still keep using, our habits that hold us back. Anything that prevents us going forward, that kind of thing, is an obstacle, but it's all within our own mind, all within our own perception, and within the reality that we've created from that thinking, from that perception. Because another person may have what you think is an obstacle in front of them, but they may see that quite differently. It's not an obstacle at all for them, you see. So it's all about our perception and how we've created our reality. So that's just a small example, and I can talk a little bit about how we can bring those understandings and huge universal concepts into our daily life at home, and how that can help with our life at home. As well, we'll be doing yoga, of course, and we'll be doing daily yoga. Now, this yoga is suitable for any ability level, male and female, any from beginner to advanced. And I structure the class. I've had a lot of experience with this. I've been teaching yoga for about 20 years or so, 21 years. And I've been in the health and wealth, have my own health and wellness business for the past 30 years. So I can structure these things quite well to suit you wherever you are at. So I can meet you, whatever we're doing within that retreat, exactly where you are at. And the yoga is for the harmonization of our body, mind and spirit through the breath, and to gain an understanding of how the breath can connect us to our heart, how the breath can do this harmonization. And through our yoga class, I explain that as we do the asanas and the meditations as well. So there'll be a meditation component, not only in the yoga class, but apart from the yoga class as well. As well, we'll be having spiritual teachings. I think from memory on my program, 3 mornings during that time, and I think 1 afternoon there will be spiritual teachings, and these will be based around it's all to do with the self-care and the growing and the evolution. But the self-care is a huge thing. It's not just about having time out, you know. It's about how we see life, our perception, our beliefs. Are our beliefs still relevant? Beliefs that we had from when we were children, perhaps we still have those beliefs. Are they still relevant now? And are they serving us? Do they work for us or do they not? And to quote this amazing person whom you may know, Neil Donald Walsh, wrote the Conversations with God book. Books, I mean, he wrote many books. And one thing many things have stayed with me from those books, but one thing particularly is what works for us and what doesn't. So rather than seeing things insofar as good or bad, right or wrong, if we can see our life and things in our life, situations, events, people, circumstances, are they working for us or are they not? And making that assessment based on what we want to do, to be, or to have. So based on what we want to do, what we want to be, or what we want to have, are those things working for us, or are they not? So we'll be exploring, some quite interesting and deep spiritual principles, which all of which we can take back to our life, and that can enhance and grow us and evolve us. And I know that this is going to be an amazingly transformative experience. It's going to be life-changing. We will be also working on things we no longer wish to have in our lives, like and that can be anything like to do with ourselves, not to do with anybody else, but to do with our thinking, our habits, programs, those sorts of things. And our closing ceremony will be based on releasing those things. So it's going to be a beautiful experience. I can't wait for it all to happen, but it will happen in good time. It will happen in September, and I will link. So I've got an event page, and it's also on my website. My website's currently under construction, but I think it's actually quite finished as I speak, and it will have more details of the retreat. But I will link below this video my Facebook event page and also my website. And I would love for you to join me on this amazing journey of evolution, soul connection, heart connection, and not to mention the amazing heart and soul connections with like-minded people who will be at that retreat, and just to connect with the spirituality of Bali, as it is a hugely spiritual place. The word Bali actually means offering, and so you will see everywhere in Bali these little flower offerings at every doorstep, everywhere along the street you will see them. And it's a Balinese culture and tradition and the religion of gratitude, offering to the deities, which are I see the deities as aspects of the divine, aspects of the universe, so and so they are offering giving offerings to these deities in the forms of gratitude for a successful day, like a safe day, whatever it is that their intention is. And so you will actually be immersed, and the retreat is called, I almost forgot to say that, is called Immersion into Empowerment, a self-care adventure. And it's exactly what that's going to be, and you'll be completely immersed into all the beautifulness and the spirituality of Bali. And for 5 days and 4 nights you will be in this amazing place, and I encourage you, I never actually leave the retreat centre when I'm in there for the time that I'm doing the retreat, so that I won't be distracted by the other stuff that goes on, which is also quite interesting in Bali. But we're there for a purpose, and my encouragement would be to, if it's okay with you, to just stay in the retreat for the whole time of the retreat. It's just 5 days and 4 nights, but within that time you'll be immersed in this wonderful spirituality, this deep heart soul connection with yourself, with others, with the beautiful staff, with the wonderful food and the beautiful surroundings. So really looking forward to you joining me on this amazing journey and adventure. And if you are interested, then please you can go to my event page and register. You can private message me, comment below, go to my website. There's lots of ways that you can register, and if you have anything that you wish clarification on, then just message me. All right, so much love, and hope to see you there in September. Ciao for now.